Hi Taurus, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love lives or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Taurians, welcome to your April 2021 horoscope forecast. We have quite an exciting month ahead with all the planets that are going direct, that have been direct in fact since the last month. We have Uranus, Saturn, Mercury, Pluto that are still very much moving ahead till about the 28th. That's the time when the retrograde begins. It's a wonderful time to be implementing all the plans that you may have been thinking about. It's a great time to be getting into negotiations, to taking that big decisions that you may have been stalling for a while. But we also have Uranus that is into your sign till about 2025. And this is in your own house, Uranus, for the last couple of years as well. It may have created a lot of chaos in the way that you think, your personal freedom, the way that you speak, even your maybe wardrobe. For a lot of you, it has to do with your mental makeup. It is what is it that you really hold true to your heart, and what is it that you want the world to perceive you. Now, Uranus this month is squaring, it's in a very tight square with Saturn that is there in your house of career. Now, Uranus is the awakener, and Saturn is all about discipline. It's about structure, limitations, responsibility, duties. Saturn is all about authority. It limits, it restricts. And Uranus is all about innovation. It's about personal freedom. It's about being your own unique self, finding your own individual voice. So Uranus is going to be holding you back this month. And Saturn is going to be holding you back this month, and Uranus is going to be pushing you ahead to go ahead and try and achieve your goals. Now, the house, because this specifically Uranus is in your house of self, it's a time where a lot of focus is there on the changes that you may be wanting to maybe transform in yourself. You may want to change certain aspects, maybe your belief system, things that you grew up with, whether it has specifically to do with money, it has to do with career. Maybe you're trying to, your own sense of what society, what the world at large thinks about how it is that you can make money, that gets shaken. And a lot of I would say decisions that you take as far as your career is concerned, a lot of that is going to get shaken with Uranus over here. You're not going to want to go the traditional route. You're not going to walk the well-trodden path, Taurians. And I think also your own some way mundane responsibilities can also increase during that time with Saturn being over there, and they can just be this sense of that, oh, I need to be earning more money so that I can take care of my regular bills. But Uranus over here is going to be pushing you to look at things more unconventionally. It's going to push you to be more creative, more innovative, and you are going to be more drawn to things like that, especially work Taurians. For a lot of you, you can expect a kind of a promotion as far as your work is concerned. There can be a recognition that could come your way. It can also be that you could be more related, or you could be more dealing with people who are either more economically or they could be more older than you. They could be in a far more stable place financially that you are currently right now, and you could be engaging with them a lot during this time. But also this also speaks about people who are really conservative with money, people who are very cautious as far as spending money is concerned. Saturn, when it transits through this particular house of work, it can be that along with the limitations and the restrictions, you could just feel quite blocked. You could just feel that maybe something or someone is, maybe an authority figure is blocking your career path. It can be that you are sort of forced to take the longer route, and you there may be a better or a shorter way that you may know is of reaching to your goal, but there could just be this lot of red tape around you, maybe going through that entire rigmarole of things that you may feel are not necessary as far as your professional growth is concerned. Um, for a lot of you, I think if you have taken care of your responsibilities and you have sort of paid your bills and your dues, then it's worth a risk to get out of the entire 9 to 5 rut and move into something which is more um, into the gig space, something that you can pick on a project wise, something which is unconventional, but something that will really feed your soul, Taurians, as well. A lot of you, it is urged that you take action this month. Don't sort of sit back and feel that, oh, I'll let things unfold, because it will take a while, and towards the end of the month again we have a retrograde that we're going to be sliding into. So this entire month is a great month to be taking action. Maybe it's a time to be making new beginnings as far as your work is concerned, because it's a house of self, and you can focus on anything that has to do with your which is connected with your life, Taurians, this month. I think also try and stay more flexible, because with Uranus being over there making a square, it can be that you may not have a lot of things under your control, and it could sort of keep you on toes. On the 4th, we have Mercury that is moving into your house of behind the scenes. This is also the house of secrets, research. It also rules hospitals and prisons, and it is also the house of where we come undone due to our own mistakes. Now, Mercury is joining Sun and Venus into this house. So, and also on the 12th, we have a new moon that is there in your house of behind the scenes and research. So a lot of looking back over what is it that has been accomplished, to be peaceful, to be introspective, a wonderful time to be recharging your emotional batteries, a great time to be unplugging from the entire mundaneness of the material world. Some of you may have an overwhelming need to be alone. You're not going to be feeling very social around this time, and it's not a time also, especially during mid-month when the new moon is there, that you could just feel that you need to be absorbing all the information. You need to be sort of be taking stock of things. It's a great time for therapy as well, Taurans. For a lot of you who have been having maybe a lot on your plate to deal with, it's a great time to be seeking therapy. On the 15th, we have Venus, and she moves into your own house. And again, this is the house of self. How is it that you represent yourself to the world outside? What is it that you perceive of yourself? And Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, sex, and money. So I think for a lot of you, there is also going to be this sense of that I deserve more. And why is it that the universe is shortchanging me? A great time to be doing a pro and a con exercise as far as your inner self is concerned, Taurians. A great time to be, I think, besides sitting on your laurels or even your accomplishments, it's also a time for some amount of introspection. And a lot of you are going to be feeling quite good about yourself, not just emotionally, but even physically. It's a great time to be going in for a complete makeover. It's a great time to be redoing your wardrobe and, generally looking and feeling good. On the 20th, we have Sun and Mercury that move into your own house as well. And we also have Uranus, mind you, that carries on being there till about 2025. So it's a wonderful month to reinvent yourself, Taurians. It's a great time for inner transformation, the belief system that you have grown up with, things that may have been told to you by your parents or your close relatives, or maybe people who have been closest to you, on what is it or how it is that you should be approaching things, what is it that you should be thinking, your preconceived notions. There is a lot of emotional baggage that is there. It's a fabulous month to be clearing your mind of all the cobwebs which are not required of preconceived notions. It's a time to be brave. It's a time to be looking at things and people for who they are and for what they are. Try not to get someone else's story dictate your decisions. That is somebody else's experience. Yes, that person, or it can be your parents as well, be very close to you. It's wonderful to be learning from others' experience. I absolutely believe in it. But do not let somebody else's experience define your life, your decision, and let the transformation come to you. Absorb it, imbibe it, and um, don't be shy, or don't be scared or ashamed to admit that you are wrong, or something maybe that you feel that you may have thought for the longest that yes, this is, I really hate this person, or this is what that person did, or whatever your idea. And maybe with age and time you realize that that is not what it is, so that the story is entirely something else. So be brave to write your own script, Taurians, this month. On the 24th we have Mars, and that is moving into your house of communication, and it is something which is going to be driving you to speak more clearly, be more transparent, be more honest, and you're going to be having some wonderful communications. There's a lot that you have to say, Taurians, this month, and you are going to be saying it as well. Any conversation that needs to be had, it's a great time that you have it around this time as well. And there's also going to be this sense of that you want to stay busy, otherwise without any mental activity, you are going to be feeling quite anxious as well. So try and keep your mind occupied, even for those of you who are sort of in between jobs. It's a great time, you want to write a journal, you want to take up some hobby or pursue an old hobby. It's a wonderful time to be doing all of that. You may feel a little scatterbrained as well with Mars being over there, because there's going to be a lot of ideas in your head, and you may feel, okay, let me do this, then drop it, then say, okay, let me do that. And for some of you, you may also become quite active in the neighborhood that you stay, or the community that you are with. You may be dealing with young people, or you may start learning something new. For some of you, if you are prone to migraines and headaches, this could be a time that you could be experiencing a lot of those as well. On the 27th, we have a full moon in your house of relationships and marriage. And on the 28th, we have Pluto that goes retrograde. So, a very interesting aspect. Anything that has to do with your personal and your business partnerships and relationship, it comes to fruition. And full moon, as you know, it's a very emotional time, because something is coming to a closure. Maybe a partnership, maybe you're finishing a project with a partnership, maybe some of you are ending a business partnership. In very rare cases, depending of course on your natal chart, it could be that a marriage is coming to an end, that you are sort of getting in for a divorce. For some cases, it could just be that a project is ending. You've finished doing that project, you're going your own ways, and you could just be feeling this sense of, along with a sense of completion, there could be just a sense of feeling very overwhelmed emotionally as well. Now, Pluto going retrograde just a day after, when we have a full moon, it speaks about things that get raked from a past. So you could be, going back, you could be thinking about things that happened in a similar relationship years back, and there's a similar pattern. Maybe that pattern needs to get worked on. So a lot of similarity. There could be a lot of sort of joining the dots as well towards the end of the month. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Taurians. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much for watching.